Imagine knowing the darkest secrets of the world's most powerful people. And then suddenly, you die before revealing them. A billionaire, a private island, presidents, royalty, celebrities. Then one night inside a high-security prison, Jeffrey Epstein is found dead. Officially, it was suicide, but millions of people around the world still ask one question. Was he silenced? This is the story of Jeffrey Epstein and the files that continue to shake the world.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Prince Andrew.
More are expected to come out.
In the last that he can still shock tales. Handle since Jeff by women abused now in the headlines and young women.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier who moved effortlessly within elite circles. He built relationships with billionaires, politicians, scientists, and celebrities. To the outside world, he appeared to be a master networker, someone who understood power and knew exactly how to stay close to it. But behind that carefully crafted image, prosecutors later accused him of operating a disturbing system involving the sexual abuse of underage girls. Investigators said many victims were recruited as teenagers, often promised money, opportunity, or a glamorous future, only to become trapped in manipulation and exploitation. At the center of his social world was Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite who introduced young girls to Epstein. Years later, she was convicted of sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Yet one question still echoes today. How did this continue for so long without being stopped? The first major turning point came in the late 2000s, when Epstein was investigated in Florida after multiple minors reported abuse. But instead of facing severe federal charges, he negotiated what critics later described as an extraordinarily lenient deal. He pleaded guilty to lesser state charges and served about 13 months in custody, much of it on work release, allowing him to leave jail during the day. For many victims, it felt like justice had collapsed. Critics argued that Epstein's wealth and influence helped him avoid a far harsher punishment. Even more troubling, the agreement reportedly shielded potential serial conspirators from prosecution. Years later, this decision would be condemned as one of the most controversial legal deals in modern history. Behind the legal battle stood an empire of extreme luxury. Epstein owned a sprawling mansion in New York, a vast estate in Florida, residences in New Mexico and Paris, and most famously a private Caribbean island known as Little St. James. The island quickly earned a sinister reputation in global media. Private jet records showed frequent flights between his properties, and plane journalists later nicknamed the Lolita Express, symbolizing secrecy, privilege, and unchecked access. But one haunting question remained: who exactly was traveling with him? As court documents were unsealed years later, names of influential individuals began appearing, sending shockwaves across the world. It is important to note being named in a document does not imply guilt. These are allegations recorded in legal filings. Some people were acquaintances, some attended social events, others were mentioned only in testimony. Many strongly denied wrongdoing. Yet the sheer concentration of power surrounding Epstein stunned the public, because it suggested he had built connections at the very highest levels of global influence. One of the most explosive allegations involved Britain's Prince Andrew. Virginia Gifford accused Epstein of trafficking her to the prince when she was 17 years old. Prince Andrew denied the accusation. However, the controversy triggered enormous backlash. He stepped away from royal duties, and his titles were removed. He later reached a financial settlement with Gifford without admitting liability. For the royal family, it became one of the biggest scandals in decades. Donald Trump was also known to have socialized with Epstein during the 1990s and early 2000s. Photographs and interviews confirmed they attended some of the same gatherings. Reports indicate the two later had a falling out and stopped speaking. Trump has not been charged with crimes related to Epstein. Some references appeared in documents, but several were described as unverified claims that investigators did not pursue. Association does not equal guilt. Still, whenever powerful figures intersect with scandal, public curiosity intensifies. Former United States President Bill Clinton was reported to have flown on Epstein's private jet multiple times. Clinton has stated he knew nothing about Epstein's crimes and has denied wrongdoing. Importantly, no victim has publicly accused him of abuse. Yet the connection fueled a global debate. How did Epstein gain access to such extraordinary power? Was it charisma, money, social leverage, Or something far more calculated? Epstein carefully cultivated an image as a patron of science and philanthropy. He hosted gatherings with academics, innovators, and business leaders. Some later said their interactions with him were brief or professional. Others claimed they cut to eyes once concerns surfaced, but the pattern was unmistakable. Epstein surrounded himself with prestige, because prestige often creates protection, and proximity to power can discourage scrutiny. In the late 2010s, federal prosecutors finally brought major charges against him, including sex trafficking of minors. Public pressure had intensified. Journalists had reopened the investigation. Victims were speaking again. At last, it seemed accountability might arrive. If convicted, Epstein could have spent the remainder of his life behind bars. But the trial never came. While awaiting trial inside a Manhattan detention facility, Jeffrey Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell. Officials ruled the death a suicide. Almost instantly, doubts spread worldwide. How could this happen inside a high-security jail? Why were guards reportedly asleep? Why were some cameras not functioning? The combination of failures created a perfect storm for suspicion. Even today, many believe the full truth has not been revealed. Epstein was thought to possess information that could potentially implicate extremely powerful individuals. When someone with that level of knowledge dies before testifying, speculation becomes inevitable. Was it negligence, a system failure, or something more deliberate? No definitive evidence has proven foul play, but the mystery continues to fuel investigations, documentaries, and global debate. Amid the headlines about wealth, influence, and conspiracy, it is vital not to lose sight of the people at the heart of this case. The victims. Many spent years fighting to be heard. Some believe the system protected the powerful instead of the vulnerable. Their courage helped reopen investigations and expose institutional failures. Their voices transformed the hidden scandal into an international reckoning. The Epstein case revealed a deeply unsettling reality. Extreme wealth can create layers of insulation. Influence can delay accountability. Reputation can silence suspicion. But it also proved something powerful. Relentless journalism matters. Survivors' voices matter. And truth, no matter how deeply buried, has a way of resurfacing. Yet major questions remain unanswered. Did Epstein truly operate alone? Were others criminally involved? Could more have been prevented? And perhaps the most chilling question of all, how many secrets died with him? Jeffrey Epstein built a world defined by secrecy, privilege, and extraordinary access. For years, that world appeared untouchable, until it wasn't. Today, his name stands as a symbol not only of one man's crimes, but of what can happen when power goes unchecked. The case forced institutions to confront uncomfortable truths, and it reminded the world of something critical. No level of wealth should ever place someone above accountability. But whether the complete story will ever be known remains uncertain, because sometimes the most dangerous secrets are the ones buried with the people who kept them.